Okay, sorry I had to cut it short last time. I had something outside going on I needed to go see about. We had finished up reading about We're in Secrets and Surprises, and it's written by Marian Hedquist, and it's illustrated by Frank Hicks and Brian Jekyll and Sonia Wilson. So we're still in this book, and we had ended with Brad's secret, which ended up being, he taught us something, didn't he? How to help birds make their nest. And because I was in a little bit of a rush there, I wasn't able to read this cute little poem. It doesn't have an author signature of who wrote it, so I assume it's still possibly Marian Hedquist that wrote it, but it goes along with the story we finished last time. It's called Once I Saw a Little Bird. Once I saw a little bird come hop, 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 and I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" I was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail and away he flew. We have a secret. This is an author unknown, and it's called The Secret. We have a secret, just we three, the robin and I, and the sweet cherry tree. The bird told the tree, and the tree told me, and nobody knows but just we three. But of course the robin knows best, because he built the I shan't tell the rest, and laid the 4 little something in it. I'm afraid I shall tell it every minute. But if the tree and the robin don't peep, I'll try my best the secret to keep. Though I know when the little birds fly about, then the whole secret will be out. Can you guess? The bird had built a nest in the tree and laid her eggs, didn't she? This is called Puff's Surprise. And Puff Puff was the name that we gave a stuffed animal of one of my children, and then my sister had a cat she named Puff. So, and this story is about a cat. And so it's called Puff's Surprise. Beth was looking for her cat. Puff Puff, she called. Puff was Beth's black and white cat. Puff liked to play with Beth. She liked to chase yarn and string. She liked to play with big brown bags. She liked to curl up by Beth and sleep, but Beth had not seen Puff all day. Beth found Brad in his room. "Brad, have you seen Puff?" she asked. "I have not seen her all day." "No, I haven't seen her," Brad said. "Have you looked outside?" "I will look in the backyard," Beth said, and she ran out the door. "Puff, Puff," Beth called in the backyard. Then she saw something black and white. It was in a hole under the black step. Beth ran to the hole and peeped in. Puff peeked out at her. The next day, Beth did her chores. Then she and Brad went for a bike ride. When they got back, Beth missed Puff. She called, "Puff, Puff." "I saw her in the den this morning," Brad said. "The den?" Beth said. "I did not go to the den this morning. Let's see if we can find her." The twins ran into the den. "Puff, are you here?" Beth called. They did not hear a sound. Beth turned on the light, and they looked all around the room. "Here she is," Beth called. Brad bent down and saw Puff. She was curled up on the bottom shelf of a bookcase. "Puff, why are you here?" Beth asked. She picked Puff up and took her to her room. The next day, Beth got the cat food and went to Puff's dish to feed her. "Puff," she called, but Puff did not run to the dish today. Beth found her mom in the kitchen. "Mom, Puff will not play with me," Beth said. "She hides from me in little corners. Is she mad at me?" "No, I do not think so," Mom said. "I think she's looking for the right spot. She is planning a surprise for you," Beth told Brad about the surprise. "A surprise?" Brad asked. "What kind of surprise?" "I do not know," Beth said, "but I hope it will be a good one. I do not want her to run away." The twins looked and called for Puff. Just then Dad called from the basement. "Are you looking for Puff?" he asked. "She is down here." The twins ran down the steps. Dad pointed to a box in a dark corner. Beth saw Puff's green eyes shining. "Puff," she cried, "why are you here?" She bent down to pick up Puff. Just then Beth heard a noise. Something said, "Meow." "Oh, Brad," Beth cried, "I know what Puff's surprise is." "Look in the box." In the box, Brad saw 3 baby kittens. "Oh, wow," Brad said. "I like your surprise, Puff." And Puff looked up as if to say, "Thank you. I'm glad you like it." So Puff did have a surprise. Puff had baby kittens, so they were happy about that surprise, weren't they? This next story is called Beth's Secret, and it's also about Beth and Brad. Beth and Brad got in the car after church. They were both talking at once. Beth said, "Mom, guess what we found out today?" Brad did not wait for Mom to guess. He told her, "Mrs. Smith is going away. We will have a new teacher next week." Mrs. Smith was Beth and Brad's Sunday school teacher. The twins were sad all the way home. They loved Mrs. Smith. They were going to miss her. Brad would miss Mr. Smith too. He had helped with the class lots of times. Dad told the twins, "Let's trust God. After all, His way is always best. Let's pray that He will send the right teacher to your class." That week, Beth and Brad both prayed. Saturday night, Beth heard Mom talking on the phone. She ran to find Brad. "I know a secret," she said with a big smile. "Oh, Beth," little bell. "Oh, Beth, tell me," Brad cried. "You will find out in the morning," Beth said, "and you will like the secret." She would not tell him any more. The next morning, Brad heard Beth in her room. She was getting dressed for Sunday school. Brad heard Beth hum to herself. He knew she was happy. He dropped a shoe on his foot. Ouch, that hurt. He wished he knew the secret too. Then he heard Beth starting to sing. Brad had to smile. He got out his new shirt. Maybe Mom would let him wear it. He brushed his teeth and scrubbed his face till it shone. Soon Beth and Brad were all dressed. They got their Bibles and got into the car. Soon Mom and Dad came too, and they were on their way to church. Beth talked all the way. The twins jumped out as soon as Dad parked the car. They rushed down the hall to their Sunday school class. Brad looked all around. No teacher was in sight. He looked at Beth. She just grinned at him. Brad sat down by James. James looked around too. "Do you know who our new teacher is, Brad?" "No," Brad started to say. Just then, the door opened. Brad's mom walked up to the front of the class. She looked at Beth and Brad and winked. Brad heard Beth giggle behind him. All of a sudden, he felt warm inside and very happy. A big smile came across his face. "Yes, James, I do know who our teacher is," Brad said, "and you will like her a lot." Brad grinned at his mom. "She's my mom." He said, God did hear him pray. He sent the best teacher. It always helps to pray because God loves us and He wants what's best for us. And this is called Animal Adventures, and it's, well, that's the section we're getting into. And this poem is by Cheryl Parvin, and it's called Morning at the Zoo. Before they open up the gates to let the people in, do you suppose the animals must dress up in their skins? And if the zebra's zipper stuck and Penguin lost his vest, do you suppose the zoo would close till everyone was dressed? That was cute, sweet poem. And this next story is called Ben Bug. Ben Bug went for a walk one day. "I need to look for a home," he said. "I need a place for Bonnie and me. A wife needs a nice home. I want to make a nice home for Bonnie." He saw a hole up in a tree. "Is that a nice place for a home? It looks nice to me." But just then, a big black bird flew by. It went into the hole. "Oh my, that must be his home. I can't make my home in that spot. That bird will eat Bonnie and me. Oh no, I had better go on." He came to a big pond. He saw a lily pad out in the water. "How nice," he said, "a home that will float. Bonnie might like a home like a boat." But then, oh my, a frog hopped by. Hop, hop, splash, splash, up went the lily pad. Down went the lily pad in the pond. "Oh dear, that will not do for a home. Bonnie and I will drown. Besides that, frogs like to eat bugs. This is no place for our home. I had better go on." Soon he came to a big patch of grass. "What is this I see? It looks like a little jug with a small hole in it. A frog cannot get inside and a bird cannot get in, but it is just right for me to go in." Ben went into the jug and looked around. "This will make a big home. I think Bonnie will like it. We will be safe in this jug. But now I need a bed and I need a rug. I want to make it nice for Bonnie." Ben went out of the jug. He looked and looked. Then he saw a big rag. It was a red sock. "Oh, this is a good rag. It is just what I need. It will make a nice rug in our home." He had to pull and tug, but at last he had it in the jug. "Oh, this is nice. I like it, and I think Bonnie will too. But now I need a bed. How can I make a bed? I'll go and look for one." He went out of his home. He had to look and look and look. He saw a matchbox, but it was too big. It will not go in the hole of the jug. Then he saw a little lid. It was the cap for a bottle of pop. "This will be good. Let's see if I can get it home." So he had to pull and tug and pull and tug. He got it up the hole of the jug. "Will it fit?" Pull, pull, pull. "Look, it fits." The cap fell into the jug. "I'll go get Bonnie now. She must see our home." He ran to get Bonnie, but on the way he saw a big lid. It was the lid from a jar of jam. It had water in it, and it was close to his home. "That will make a fine place to swim." He climbed up a tall blade of grass. "I can dive into the pool from this spot. Here I go. Splash!" Off he went to get Bonnie. "Oh, Bonnie," he said, "you will like our home." "Tell me about it," Bonnie said. "It is big and nice, and we will be safe," Ben said. Bonnie did like her home. "I like to swim, and this pool is great," she cried. "And I like this nice red rug. But the bed, it is not good. How can we fix the bed? It is not soft." Then she said, "Oh, Ben, I can make it soft." She ran back to see her mom. "Look at this, Ben," she said. "My mom had this cotton ball. It is soft." Bonnie put it in the little lid. Bonnie was right. It made a big, soft bed for two little bugs. "Get on the bed now. See how soft it is. It takes a wife to make a home nice," said Ben. What I think about with that is it took both of them, didn't it, to get it, to get the home, but then to make it into a home. It took everybody. And then Bonnie's sweet mom was nice enough to let them have a cotton ball she wasn't using so that they could make the bed soft. We don't want to sleep on a hard bed, do we? Now this is a cute poem, and it's all about the alphabet, and it's written by Edward Lear and Marion Hedquist, and it's called Animal Alphabet. A was an ant who seldom stood still, and who made a nice house in the side of a hill. Nice little ant. B was a bat who slept all the day and fluttered about when the sun went away. Brown little bat. C was a camel. You rode on his hump, and if you fell off, you came down with such a bump. What a high camel. D was a duck with spots on his back, who lived in the water and always said quack, dear little duck. E was an elephant, stately and wise. He had tusks and a trunk and two queer little eyes. Oh, what funny small eyes. F was a fox, as sly as could be. He watched the fat mouse from behind the oak tree. Crafty old fox. G was a goat who was spotted with brown. When he did not lie still, he walked up and down. Good little goat. H was a horse with a long flowing mane. He ran like the wind across the wide plain. Fast running horse. I was an inchworm, bright green on the ground. See him hunch his back and wiggle off to town. Clever inchworm. J was a jaguar high up in the tree. with shiny green eyes peering down at me, sleek, spotted jaguar. K was a kingfisher, quickly he flew, so bright and so pretty, green, purple, and blue. Kingfisher blue. L was a lion, a very large cat, sleeping in the sunshine and getting old and fat, majestic lion. M was a monkey swinging in the tree, just for a joke he might land on me, funny little monkey. N was a night owl sleeping all day long. He gets up at bedtime and starts to sing his song, hoo, ow, hoo. O was an ostrich, he was very tall. He stood on 2 legs and never did fall, awesome ostrich. P was a pig who was not very big, but his tail was too curly and that made him surly, cross little pig. Q was a quail with a very short tail, and he fed upon corn in the evening and morn, quaint little quail. R was a rabbit who had a bad habit of eating the flowers in gardens, naughty fat rabbit. S was a seal who lived in the zoo. He liked to eat fish and play ball with you, cute little seal. T was a turtle hiding in his shell. If he has a name, he will never tell, shy little turtle. U was an umbrella bird with a long feathered vest, and over his head he can spread out his crest, beautiful umbrella bird. V was a vulture. See his big feet, they clutch his supper till he's ready to eat, hungry vulture. W was a woodpecker. See that round hole, he made it with his beak in the telephone pole, noisy woodpecker. X was an ox. Farmer Brown calls him Jack. He can carry any load on his strong wide back, helpful old ox. Which ox actually starts with an O, but it does end in the X. Y was a yak from the land of Tibet, except his white tail, he was all black as jet. Look at the yak. Z was a zebra, all striped white and black, and if he were tame, you might ride on his back, pretty striped zebra. And then this poem Marion Hickwist wrote, I love to read. I love to read about places to go and things to do, animals that live at the farm or the zoo, twins that learn on God to depend, and now it's time to say the end. Isn't that cute? We've got time now to start in another book, and this was called Open Windows. It's also in a Becca book, and it's written by Euleen W. Lavelle and Mary Louise Freeble. We got lots of cool stories in this one we're going to read. And we're going to start with the circus. I want to play circus, said Jack. Do you want to play circus with me, Susan? Oh, yes, said Susan. We can all do something funny. You can do something funny, said Jack. I want to run the circus. Then Susan and Jack went to see Tommy. Jack said, Tommy, we want to play circus. Do you want to play too? Oh, yes, said Tommy, and look what I have. You and Susan can do something funny. I will run the circus. No, Tommy, said Jack, I am the man who runs the circus. Oh, Jack, said Susan, I like Tommy's funny hat. It is a good hat for a circus man. Do you have a big hat like Tommy's? Jack said, no, I do not have a hat like Tommy's, but if Tommy gets to run the circus, I will not play. Susan looked at Tommy, and Tommy looked at Susan. Then Susan said, look, Jack, if you do not want to play, no one is going to make you. And she went home to get something funny for the circus. Jack went home too. He said, Mother, I do not think I want to play circus. I will not have fun if I am not the man who runs the circus. But Jack, said Mother, what fun can you have if you are not in the circus at all? No fun at all, said Jack. I did not think of that. Then he said, Mother, I want to play circus. Can you think of something funny that I can do? All the boys and girls laughed when Jack came out to play. Oh, Jack, said Susan, you do look funny. Now we all have something good to do in the circus, said Tommy. Now we can all have fun. He decided he was going to be a clown. And he ended up having fun, though. He wanted to run the circus. Somebody else had the right hat for that job, didn't they? But he still got to have a good time, didn't he? He made the best of a situation. Alright, that's enough. Alright, Bo and Little Bell getting ready here. Sorry about that. This is called the Blue and Yellow Boats. Look, Jack, said Tommy. Look at my blue boat. Look at it go. Yes, said Jack, you have a fast boat, Tommy. But look at my yellow boat. My boat can go fast too. But Jack's boat did not go fast like Tommy's. It did not go fast at all. Tommy laughed. Look, Jack, he said. Look at my blue boat. That boat of yours will not go fast like my boat. I win, I win. Yes, Tommy said, Jack, you win. Then Jack said, no boat can go fast all the time, Tommy. My boat did not go fast that time, but it can. I do not think it can, said Tommy. Do you want to try it now? Yes, said Jack, I do. Away went Tommy's little boat, blue boat, and away went the yellow boat too. But Jack's boat did not go fast at all. I win, said Tommy. I win again. Then they ran to get the boats. See, said Tommy, that boat of yours can't go fast like my boat. Jack looked at the yellow boat. He looked at Tommy's blue boat. Yes, I see that now, said Jack, but I think I see what I can do to make my boat go fast. Then Jack ran home. Father, will you help me make my boat look like Tommy's? He said. Tommy's boat looks like this. And he showed him a picture of what his boat looked like. Your boat will not go fast like Tommy's will it, said Father. No, said Jack, but now I know what I have to do. Tommy will have a big surprise when I try my boat again. Tommy and Jack went to play with the boats again. I think my boat will surprise you this time, said Jack. Away went Tommy's little blue boat, and away went the yellow boat too. But this time Tommy's boat was not as fast as Jack's. Oh boy, said Jack. It did help to try again. This time I win. He put what's called a sail up on the boat, and it helped it go fast. So I think if we don't succeed at something one time, we need to try it again and try maybe a better way and think of a better way to do it, and maybe we'll have success that time. That makes me think of Mr. Goodyear. That's what he did, didn't he? We read that story, was it yesterday? Or was it the day before? It was one day this week. This story's called The Dime. Tommy saw it on the street and he ran to get it. Then he looked up the street and down, but there was no one there. Oh boy, said Tommy. This is my dime now. What can I get with this dime, said Tommy. I can get a new ball. I can go for a pony ride. I can get a toy airplane like Jack's. Then Tommy laughed. I know, he said. Candy is what I want. I will get candy with my dime. Then Tommy saw Betsy and Jack run out of Betsy's house. Tommy, said Jack, Betsy has lost a dime. We have looked in the house, but we can't find it there. I may have lost it out here, said Betsy. Will you help look for it, Tommy? Tommy did not look up. Where do you think you lost it, he said. Betsy said, this is where I had it when I said goodbye to my father. Oh, Betsy, said Tommy, you will get a new dime when he finds out you lost that one. No, said Betsy, I had to work for that dime. I had to help Mother in the house. Oh, Tommy, help me look for it. Then Jack ran up to Betsy. I can't find your dime, he said. I have looked all around here. Tommy looked down at the street. How he wanted that dime. He wanted a new ball. He wanted a pony ride, and he wanted candy. But the dime was Betsy's. Here, Betsy, said Tommy. Here is your dime. How happy Betsy was. Oh, thank you, she said. I know what I will get with this dime. What, said Tommy. A pony ride? What, said Jack, a new doll? No, laughed Betsy. We all had to work for this dime. I think I will get some candy. Then we can all have some. It was hard for him to do the right thing, but he knew that wasn't his money that he had found. It was Betsy's. And he did the right thing in the end, didn't he? And he got rewarded too. And whether or not we do get rewarded for doing the right thing, we're supposed to do the right thing. It's the right thing to do. I think we have time for one more today. It's called A Funny Sled. So we're going from what seems like stories about spring and summer. This one's it sounds like winter, doesn't it? There was snow on the houses, there was snow on the streets, up and down and all around there was white snow. But Susan was not happy. With all that snow to play on, Susan did not have a sled. "Oh, Mother," said Susan, "I do want a sled. I want to go for a ride on that new white snow." "You can use this box for a sled," said Mother. "Do you want to try it, Susan?" "That box," said Susan. "I can't use a box for a sled. The boys and girls will make fun of me, Mother." "I know what," said Mother. "Here is a tray. That will make a good sled. Run out and see if it works." "No, thank you," said Susan. "The boys and girls will make fun of me, Mother. No one uses a tray for a sled." Then Jack came and wanted Susan to come out and play. "I can't go," said Susan. "I have no sled." "Can't your mother find something that you could use?" said Jack. "I said she could use this tray if she wanted to," said Susan's mother, "but she thinks the boys and girls will laugh at her." "Oh boy," said Jack, "could I try it?" Susan's mother laughed. "Some girls do not know how to have fun, do they?" she said. "Here, Jack, you take the tray. I know you will have a good time with it." "Oh, thank you," said Jack. "Come on, Susan. You can use my sled and I will use the tray. This is going to be fun." Jack and Susan ran out to play. When Tommy saw the tray, he said, "What a funny sled. May I have a turn on it, Jack?" Away went Jack on the tray. Around and around he turned. "That looks like fun," said Betsy to Susan. "I want to try it." Susan laughed. "I do too now," she said. So she didn't want to try, she didn't have a sled, she didn't want to try something new. She was afraid that people were going to make fun of her. And as it turns out, everybody wanted to take a turn on the tray, didn't they? So I think we do have time for one more. I Can't Find It is what it's called. Oh, I did want to say, let's not worry so much about what people think about us, and if we're having a good time, that's what matters. If we're being good to others and having a good time, then we don't need to worry about anything else. And be good to ourselves and to others and have fun. This is I Can't Find It. It was time for school. "Oh, Mother," said Bobby, "it's my turn to take something for the bird at school to eat. Do you have something he will like?" "Yes, Bobby," said Mother. "Here, I will put it in a box for you." "Thank you," said Bobby. Then he looked around. "Did you see my hat, Mother?" "Oh, Bobby," said Mother, "have you lost your hat again?" "No, I have not lost it," said Bobby. "I just can't find it." "Do you have the box for the bird?" said Mother. "Now, where did I put it?" said Bobby, and he looked around. "Oh, here it is. Goodbye, Mother." At school, Miss White said, "Is that your hat, Bobby?" One of the boys said it was yours. "Yes, it is," said Bobby. "Where did he find it?" "I do not know," said Miss White, "but please put it away now, Bobby." Then she said, "Boys and girls, take out your pencils, please." Bobby looked for his pencil. He looked and looked, but no pencil could Bobby find. "Please, Anne," he said, "do you have a pencil I can use?" "Have you lost your pencil again?" said Anne. "I have not lost it," said Bobby. "I just can't find it." Just then Miss White said, "Bobby, do you have something for the bird? It's your turn, I think." Bobby looked for the little box. He looked and looked. "I do have something here," he said. "I know it's not lost, but I just can't find it." "Oh my," said Miss White. "Who has something for lunch that the bird could eat?" "I have," said Anne, and she ran to get it. When it was time to go out and play, Bobby went to get his hat. There was the little box next to his hat. "See, Miss White," called Bobby, "the box was not lost, was it?" "No, but you have lost your turn," said Miss White. "I know," said Bobby, "and this time I can't find it, can I?" Well, that's kind of sad. He's had a hard time keeping up with things, didn't he? And then he lost his turn at feeding the baby bird because he couldn't find the food the day that it was his turn to feed him. So that was sad. I think maybe need to be a little more careful about keeping up with things and putting something in a certain place. And especially if it's something we use every day, we can put it in a certain place every day and then we know it's there. Instead of just laying things down and then when we go to look for it, we can't find it. Well, I'm glad that you joined me for Storytime with Nanny today. And our time is up for today, but I will see you next time, I hope. I want you to have a blessed, happy, safe day.